Who it is, y'all know what it is. Your boy Matthew Shack, live here from Los Angeles. Welcome to Matthew Shack Unfiltered. What's going on, y'all? Monday afternoon, cigar conversation after a beautiful victory yesterday in Las Vegas, where the Raiders were able to put together a victory against the Giants 30-6. And it was a great game to watch, man. It was good to see us back where we should be as a franchise, as a team, as an organization, as a brand. It was everything that it was supposed to be, you guys. It was just a great situation. First things first, man. Salute to the Unfiltered Nation and the Unfiltered fam. We had a great day yesterday with the watch party. The watch party was amazing. And that's just how it goes, man. And I'm just trying to let you guys know that the way we played yesterday was real Raider football. That's exactly the way it should have been. It's the way it was drawn up. That's the way the old man would have envisioned it. And that was one of those kind of wins that he would have loved. Mark Davis definitely made the right decision in regards to what was best for the team and what was best for everybody involved. Okay. But not everybody's happy now because there's been some damage that has been done to certain people who have certain connections in the National Football League. And it definitely came out yesterday of what we've been talking about. And the first thing that I definitely want to say is this, you guys. I want to say that the main conversation of Josh McDaniels' ultimate demise was the conversation, the meeting that everybody thought was positive. And it's funny how one day it's positive and the next day it's being reported as vicious. Okay. Jay Glazer, what's going on, y'all? Jay Glazer, who was on the Fox Network, a very credible and respected insider in the NFL, was on the NFL kickoff show with Terry Bradshaw, Kirk Menefee, Jimmy Johnson, and Howie Long. Put all the business out there because there's been a lot of speculation that the Raiders made a mistake by getting rid of Josh McDaniels. We know as a fan base, as Raider Nation, we know that, the majority of us, because like I said, there's always people that are company men that want to act like the company knows a bit more than we do. But we all know that it was in our best interest for the Boston boys to get the boot. We all know that. But you got to understand the game of the NFL and the game of the media is that somebody has to be the villain. Somebody has to be the person that everyone's rooting against. Okay? You got the Kansas City Chiefs and the Swifties, and then you have the Raiders that everybody want to step on. They want to shit on. They want to piss on, and all of that. So we have been in that spot for a long time. So why would they let us get out of that spot? Because for us to get out of that spot, they got to put somebody else in. Who else do they want to put in there besides us? So Jay Glazer comes out and he puts it out. And when he put this out, now everybody's starting to understand what Mark Davis did. Jay Glazer, we've been talking about it for a week. Okay, but when we talk about it, it's when it happens. We don't talk about it a week later. We talk about it when the shit goes down. We all know about the meeting, the infamous meeting that Josh McDaniels had with the players. He opened it up to the players to be able to vent, give their synopsis and their opinions on what was going on. And it was initially reported that it was a very positive meeting and everything was cool. That's not how it went down. Jay Glazer said it was highly contentious. The players just went ape shit on those guys. They went absolutely ape shit on them and just started dropping everything. Like they just were, their grievances, they were just like, you want to talk about it? And they just went in. And they said it got so heated in there because people were so emotional. I don't think that people were coming at Josh McDaniels sideways. I just think that they were coming at them hard. He was coming at them hella hard. Like, and this, da 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 da. And then the person, yeah, and then this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and then this. Josh McDaniels was flustered in that meeting, man. Okay. He was flustered. He was flustered in that meeting, man. Okay. And so what initially happened was we had an issue with Josh McDaniels had an issue with that being said and whatnot. So what wound up happening was that he definitely had to have somebody speak on his behalf because he was too emotional to have a conversation with him. Okay, so guess who he picked? He picked Antonio Pierce to speak for him after all the players had all those grievances. He opened it up for questions, and he went ahead. Hey, unknown Raider guy, I need for you to handle this Vivek Sharma. I put him on timeout, but I need for you just to get rid of him altogether, dog. I put him on timeout, so go ahead and just get rid of him altogether because he's not here to participate. And we only want people that want to participate. Because you were a little late, I didn't want to keep reading what he was talking about. But anyway, so Josh McDaniels didn't even respond to what was being said. And he had AP do it. AP is not the kind of guy that's going to back away from anything. He didn't have Patrick Graham do it. He didn't have, Mick Lombardi do it. He didn't have anybody else. He had AP do it. AP goes up there and says, look, guys, we need to do what we need to do, and this, that, and the other. And when I played on the Giants, man, everybody didn't think we were going to win, and we did everything in our power to win. And we believed in ourselves, and we believed in each other, and we got it done. And, we were able to galvanize and win when nobody thought we would. And everybody was like, yeah. We feel you, dog. We know it. You know what I'm saying? You played the game. You played at a high level. You're a world champion. We remember that Super Bowl. A lot of these guys, they might have been in 7th grade or 5th grade when that happened, or 8th grade, maybe even lower than that. But they remember that Antonio Pierce is a real one. So when the meeting was over, Josh McDaniels decided that was the point where he wanted to use Antonio Pierce as a way to try to put everyone in check when he told him, don't ever talk about the Patriots like that. Quote unquote. And I said this a few days ago, that's what happened. Okay? And guess what, man? They went upstairs, the players went upstairs and told Mark Davis what happened. That's how it got to Mark Davis. Mark Davis wasn't in there. It got to Mark Davis. Thanks, Rich Fry, for the $4.99 dono. It got to Mark Davis because the players went upstairs and let him know what happened. How in the hell does Josh McDaniels check Antonio Pierce for telling his own personal story, bro? He was on that team because Josh McDaniels lost to Antonio Pierce, bro. He lost to him. They were 17-0. But for you to tell the man to get up there and say something inspiring to the soldiers and say something inspiring to the troops, and then he uses his own personal story that just so happens to be against you, which is the best story he could have told. And then you tell him don't ever talk about the Patriots that way when you're actually collecting a payroll check from the Las Vegas Raiders. That's definitely a fireable offense. Okay? That's definitely a fireable offense. You need to be fired for that shit, bro. Are you crazy? You need to be fired for that. And that's exactly what the fuck happened. And when Glazer said it, now everybody's starting to understand that Josh McDaniels is a very insecure person. But that's what it took. It took for somebody that they believed over what was being said the whole week. Now, Aidan O'Connell, AOC, the rookie quarterback from yesterday that played a hell of a game, came out and echoed the sentiments of everybody on that team when he said that we were all playing for AP, bro. And they did everything to make sure that man was going to be validated in his position, bro. And that's why they looked so good yesterday. That's why everybody was really thinking about what it is they were doing as far as their line. The line was doing. They were thinking about everything they could think of to running the plays correctly, the blocking assignments, everything. Okay. That's why you got to have multiple lighters, man. Because there we go. So even a rookie was smart enough to understand that he had a responsibility to his new coach, man. And everybody took that personal, bro. That whole thing with Josh McDaniels personal. But it just goes to show you, man. We've been talking about this for a week, and now it's starting to become national news. That in fact that meeting was not positive, and that meeting was a very contentious and vicious conversation that ended up with AP being humiliated in front of the whole team. And them guys saying, you know what, we're not tolerating that, man. We're going to go right upstairs and tell Mark what it is. And then that's when Mark went ahead and wrote that $85 million check and got rid of him. And if you haven't noticed, you haven't seen not one statement. You haven't seen a statement from Josh McDaniels. You haven't seen a thank you, Mr. Davis, for opportunity. You haven't seen any of that, bro. Radio silence since last week. We're in day 6, bro. Halloween was last Tuesday. Today's Monday, bro. It's been a whole week. You haven't heard nothing from Josh McDaniels. Not even a thank you. Not nothing. And you know he's not going to say thank you to Raider Nation. He came over here on a seek and destroy mission. Josh McSabotage. And that's what he did, bro. That's exactly what happened. But him humiliating AP was the last straw. That was the straw that broke the camel's back, bro. That's what did it. That meeting and him telling him don't ever talk about the Patriots, and we're like, wait a minute, dude, you're wearing silver and black. You're not wearing what is it they wear? Red, white, silver, whatever the hell they wear. That's not our colors, bro. What are you doing? So once again, all these company people, thanks unknown Raider guy for the store. It's been proven, bro, that this man had no love for us. He had nothing. He came here to destroy the team, get rid of everybody he could, and it came back to bite him in the ass. He will not be a head coach anymore. He will never be a head coach again in this league. It's not going to happen. And the reason why it won't is because now the right people are saying what we've been saying over here. But it all starts from us, man. We're the new independent media. We're the people that are who got our feet on the ground, who don't have any relationships with anybody. Here at Matthew Shack Unfiltered, I don't have any affiliations to anybody. I'm not being compensated by any bigger entities that's going to tell me, hey, let that go because it's going to irritate this person and that person, and I got this relationship, and I don't have any relationships, bro. That's going to prevent me from saying what it is. Okay? And Now it's to the point where notable people like Jay Glazer is out making it clear that Josh McDaniels deserved to be fired for what he did, but it took a whole week for that to happen. And we just need to understand what's going on, you guys. We need to understand we're the last people they care about. If this was the Chiefs situation and Andy Reid would have said something crazy like that, guess what would have happened? It would have been out. It would have been out. It probably would have been out immediately. That Andy Reid is trying to destroy Patrick Mahomes and trying to destroy the Swifties. Okay, but due to the fact that they're not loved, that we're not loved like that, bro, we just got to just play our position, bro. Play our position, understand what it is, and win in spite of everybody. But Aidan O'Connell, man, he is another person that was very, very instrumental in saying that we were playing for AP. That's beautiful, bro. That's beautiful. That we're family, man. Raiders is a family. That's how we've won Super Bowls. I'm telling you, from somebody who was there on all three of them, we had a family atmosphere. Everybody played for each other, man. We didn't have the best talent. We didn't have the best quarterback. You know, we didn't have all these people that everyone else had, but we had a team that played together. You know, it's like my hand right here, man. You know, you need all these fingers to form a fist. You get all these fingers and you form a fist. Then you can bloody somebody's lip. Okay, all right, but unless you Bruce Lee at somebody, a finger poke isn't gonna hurt you. Okay, but that's what's going on. We formed a fist. Okay, Josh Jacobs, Aidan O'Connell, the offensive line, Mayer, Jacoby, Hunter Renfro. We formed a fist. The defense, Amik Robertson, who's a damn Raider, bro. He's a Raider, drafted by the Raiders, overlooked, said he was too small. Him, Mad Max, you know, even Butterfingers, Marcus Peters. We all came together and formed another fist. And then Daniel Carlson and AJ Cole came together to form the next fist. And boom, that game we should have won 30-0. That should have been an easy win. But Trayvon Merrick forgot that he was playing defense for a couple of seconds and gave up a touchdown. So that's what's going on, man. Let's get these thumbs up, you guys. Come on, you guys. Let's help the algorithm out, man. We're growing as a channel. We need everybody's participation to help us blow up over here. But that's what's up, man. We really put on a show yesterday. And now it's just a matter of whether or not we can put a few of them together. Tonight should be a very instrumental game for you guys to watch. You should be very, very interested in watching the Chargers play the Jets tonight, because the Jets are going to be playing us on a short week on Sunday Night Football. We're in prime time again. Last time we was in prime time against the Lions, we humiliated ourselves. Now it's a chance for us to redeem ourselves. For the first time in a long time, we got some positive press going on, and we got people that have our back. We got people that are, good. Yeah, let's take anybody on. Let's take care of them, dog. You know what I'm saying? That other cat, anybody's on here clowning, they won't be here long. Okay. That's just a testament, unknown Raider guy, that we are actually we're poking people in the face, whether with the truth, and it's bothering them. That's why they over here. So yeah, you guys. So that's what's going on. I'm gonna read you guys questions, see what's popping. But ideally, the stories are coming out. All of the stuff that's been covered up and not talked about is now free game. There's going to be more stuff that's going to be coming out that we're going to hear about. Just like we started hearing, about Josh McDaniels trying to contact Derek Carr back after he found out Tom Brady wasn't going to quarterback for him. He hit him up to try to see if he can get him to come back to the Raiders. That came out. This entire situation came out a week ago when everyone was saying it was positive, and I was hearing that it wasn't positive. I didn't hear it to the extent that I heard it just recently as far as all the details, but yeah, it's going to come out. More stuff that man did or did not do, is going to definitely start to come out, you guys. Okay. It's definitely what it is. All right. So let me go ahead and read you guys' questions, man. Like I said, man, we're chilling. Whoever's here is here. Whoever ain't, they'll watch it later. I also did a video earlier today that I need for you guys to go and check out. The Raiders return to greatness. Okay, did a video this morning, man. You need to check it out, bro. So when you get done with this, man, go and check that out, and we're gonna continue to grow. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's see what we got. Prados and Sons, man. Yeah, still going down, Prados and Sons, man. But we got to go, bro. We got to go, and he got to go. So, like I said before, man, it just goes to show you when people are with you, as long as they're getting what they want from you, and then when they don't get what they want from you, they don't care. What's going on, nephew? Cocaine in the house. Chan in the house. What's going on? Edmundo, Men in Black is back, man. It felt good to see it, bro. It's been a long time since I've seen real Raider football, bro. It's been quite some time. Last time I saw real Raider football was Rich Bisaccia. Rich Bisaccia was the last cat that I saw had them Raiders playing like they supposed to. Been a long time, bro. It's too long, bro. Season and a half. Well, actually, yeah, over 2 years. Okay. Westside Media. What's going on, big dog? Raider Al. What's up, Raider Al, man? What's going on, big dog? What's up, Shaq? The vibe was amazing at the Death Star yesterday. Just felt different. The Raider way out there just from Sunday. I would have loved to be there, Raider Al, man. And tell your girl said what's up. I would have loved to be there last night, man. But it was cool. It's all good. Let somebody else experience it. But because I've been in that Death Star when it was electric, and win a big game like that inside the Death Star. John Gruden was the coach at that time, though. But it is what it is. But yeah, man, I hope you guys had a great time. All the Raider Nation, we deserve this, dog. We deserve this win, but let's put some together. Let's beat the Jets. We beat the Jets. We're in 500. And then hopefully the Jets win tonight. That's just going to help us out. And we'll see. The Miami Dolphins could have helped us out yesterday, but Tua Tagovailoa forgot that you got to hold on to the football on 4th down, bro. That was just a bad situation in regards to that. All right. BDQ, man, what's going on? Good afternoon, man. What's popping? BDQ, Jay Glazer is highly reputable. I believe him. Jay Glazer is somebody who's beyond reproach, man. He's beyond reproach. He's somebody who they're not going to even doubt this, what he said, man. He's definitely going to make it clear that that's what was said, that's what was done. Hate it or love it, there's nothing you can do about it, okay? But it took Jay Glazer to get some of these people on board. Now I'm starting to see a whole lot of articles that are anti Josh McNutsack movement is beginning. It's starting to happen. All these little negative articles are starting to seep out, and pretty soon the big things are going to come out. I still think there's more that hasn't been said yet. Okay. Yeah. So I know Raider guy, man. What's good? It's all good, bro. It's all good, big dog. I appreciate you, man. It's all good, man. This Vink dude, he came in here, man. It's just these guys, man. Like I said before, they don't have a life and shit, and they ain't like us, bro. We can come here and not make it about us, talk about what it is we're talking about, but it's always somebody who's miserable, and they want us to be miserable. We just get rid of you, though. It's just that simple. Mary Ab, what's going on? We need this type of energy like the rest of the year. We do, and I think we will have the energy. I just think that we need to understand what it is we're up against. Antonio Pierce, Champ Kelly, and the crew got the team after the trade deadline. We can't even make any moves, man. We can't even get some better players or do some things to help improve our team. We have to get stuff off the free agency market. That's why we picked up Jalen Smith, or we have to look at practice squads and take people off the practice squad. Everybody's locked in. We can't make any moves. So it's kind of unfortunate that we didn't get the team into the hands of the people that's doing stuff for us until it was too late in regards to making moves. So we got to play with the team we have. And I'm going to be totally honest with you. We definitely played above our heads. Now, there are people that's trying to discredit our win because they said it was the Giants, but we're the same team that lost to the Bears. So let's understand that, the Giants were very capable of beating us in the state we were before, because the Giants ain't no better than the damn Bears. But the Bears, we made the Bears look like they were the Chiefs. So with that being said, we got to understand that our team is our team, and it's going to come a time where our talent is going to have to match the effort. You only can play on emotion for so long, bro. Then it has to become, talent and habit. And we're going to be playing better teams. So hopefully we'll make our bones this week and next week to get ready for the big games we got to play. We still have not played Kansas City one time yet. We haven't played them one time yet. If we can beat Kansas City, then we really got something going. I guarantee you I feel a lot better about us beating Kansas City now with AP than I did with Josh McDaniels. Okay. Sean said he thought AP was going to smooth it out on Josh. Behave. Exactly. And that's what it was. Josh McDaniels didn't even want to address any of the issues that was being levied to him. Imagine, man, your boss or your manager, he tells you guys, we're going to have a group meeting, and then he let me know some of the things you might have an issue with, and you guys start letting it be known, and he starts feeling away, and then he tries to get somebody else to answer. Like, why, dude, the questions were addressed to you. Why are you trying to get somebody else to answer, man? Kind of crazy. Raider Al said AP drove his 64 Impala yesterday. Hey, man, he's supposed to, dog. He's from Compton, dog. Man, you talk about some people don't forget where they come from. AP didn't forget where he came from. And it showed in the locker room when everybody was smoking them cigars and letting them be loose and all of that, man. That's what it is, man. No fake speeches, no fake acting like you happy. None of that, dog. Rich Fry, thank Rich. BDQ, if I was alive, he would fire without giving him a dime. Yeah, Al Davis would fire him with cause. But Mark is not his dad. We need to be very cognizant and understanding that Mark did what he was capable of doing, and it took him this long. Okay, we should just be happy that Mark finally decided to do what he was best for everybody. But he's going to play ball with the league. That's how he got the Death Star. That's how he gets everything. So we just need to be cognizant of that. Okay. Booty Bang. Yo, if you were Josh McDaniels' father, what would you tell him? Shit. First of all, I wouldn't be Josh McDaniels' father. That's first and foremost. You can make Josh McDaniels black and he wouldn't be my son. Okay? But hypothetically, since we're playing hypotheticals, I would tell him, son, doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, expecting a different result, that's insanity, bro. Okay? That's insanity. You don't do the same thing over and over and expect a different result, bro. You have to change your behavior. You want a different result, you got to change your actions. That's what I would tell him. Okay? Raider Rob, hot take Shaq. If AOC continues to play well and gets the nod for the starter, not only this year, but next year as well, one thing win at a time. I love my Raiders. Watch what I saw yesterday. AOC deserves an opportunity because he's the best option. AOC's the best option. He has his chance. So far, so good. But the Raiders would be foolish to just hang their hat on a quarterback. The Raiders need to draft a quarterback every year. Whether it's late, maybe not draft them early, but draft a quarterback every year. To see whether or not we got what we need to have. Look at what the 49ers, the way the 49ers handled this situation was perfect. They had Jimmy Garoppolo, who was their franchise player, off injured, hurt all the time, played well for them, got them to a Super Bowl, didn't win, got them to potential perennial playoff wins, and then they wound up drafting Trey Lance. Okay, Trey Lance goes in there, gets hurt. They wind up drafting Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick of the draft. Who's the starter? The person who was the least likely to be the starter. In our situation, who's the starter? The person who's least likely to be the starter. Jimmy Garoppolo, Brian Hoyer, AOC, rookie. And you picked the rookie? The rookie was the third string quarterback, just like Brock Purdy. But things happen. Brock Purdy is not on his game right now. Had the elbow surgery, not looking the same. We just need to keep drafting quarterbacks, bro. We need to draft a quarterback every year. Okay? But it's AOC's job. I don't think Antonio Pierce is going to bench him. I think that he's going to go with him till the wheels fall off. If AOC plays bad, then AOC plays bad. He's still going to be the starter. He's not going to have that pressure on him to be able to perform. And if he doesn't perform, he won't be the starter. Antonio Pierce is a guy who lives by his word. He comes from a city down here in Los Angeles County where your word is your bond, bro. Your word can keep you alive and your word can get you killed. He's not going to say, when he said going forward, AOC's the guy, I don't think we need to be concerned about AOC not being the guy unless he's hurt. It's AOC's job. He's the starter. That's it. I don't have any reason to believe he's not going to be. But I still think we need to draft a quarterback every year because you never know. Something happens, we throw Brock Purdy in there, bro. We don't know. Okay? The days of relying on one guy, the days is over. You got to have solid people all the way around. Grill T Daddy, what's going on, big dog? Raider Rob, or do we take it one in the first round? It all depends on where we're at. I don't think we're going to be drafting before 8. Of course, if we had a chance to draft a Caleb Williams or to draft a Penix or to draft, you got a player like that. Yeah, you're going to draft that guy, because he's the best player on the board. But if we don't have a quarterback that's a viable quarterback option until second round, then we draft in the second round. We draft in the third round, fourth round, all the way to the 7th. I think AOC is a very good talent, but we're going to find out as we play better talent and we play a better pass rush. Like when we played the Chargers, AOC was in duress. He's not mobile. He's a classic, drop back quarterback. He's a pocket passer. He's not running nowhere. Give him a clean pocket, give him some time, he'll gas you. What happens when there isn't any time? When you got a Hall of Famer on one side and Khalil Mack, and you got a Hall of Famer on the other side and Joey Bosa, and you got defensive tackles that are serviceable, if not good, you don't have all that time to sit back there and make a salami and cheese sandwich. You don't got the time. I know, Raider guy. Yeah, check out the merch, man. The merch is moving, man. All you guys that put in orders, your orders are already being fulfilled right now, man. They're being processed and they will be shipped out. Okay. Yeah, Greg. People like Greg Dayton, man. Like I said, man, these are people who nobody listens to them in their lives and stuff, man. They don't listen to them. Like nobody listens to them. Nobody cares about what they're talking about. Okay, they're the person when they're at the table when they were a kid. Unrated guy. When these guys were at the table and everybody was talking about their day, and Greg started talking about his day, they just started talking over him and say, "We ain't worried about your little funky ass day." These people are failures, bro. That's why they're here. Edward Chaplin, what's going on, big dog? Always ecstatic when the Raiders win. What's on my heart is keeping the next generation from having the same dysfunctional experience we had to endure. This way of life is cancerous. I understand where you're coming from, Edward, because I have a son. And my son is always saying, Raiders, 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 even though his mother's a Raven, because my wife's from Baltimore, she's a Baltimore Raven. But I'm gonna tell my son, man, I'm saying, man, if you want to be in Raider Nation, bro, I want you to really be sure. I don't want him in Raider Nation if he's not gonna go and be all balls to the wall with it. Ain't nothing worse than a pussy ass Raider fan. There's nothing worse than that. That's the worst shit, is to see these people running around looking like straight punks. Like part of being a Raider is suffrage, bro. Unfortunately, part of being a Raider is suffrage. It's part of our experience. Even when the Raiders were good, when I was a kid, the Raiders in the 70s, me growing up in that stadium and seeing John Madden, I didn't even know what I was looking at, you guys. I didn't even know that I'm looking at the legendary John Madden, the legendary Al Davis, the legendary Ken Stabler. That was just my team, bro. It's like anything. It was my team. And you know how many times we lost in the AFC Championship game to the Pittsburgh Steelers, bro? We lost to the AFC Championship game to the Pittsburgh Steelers like 2 years in a row. And then we lost to Miami. We were just losing. All the teams we lost to won the Super Bowl. We were just losing. Like we'd get all the way there and then we'd lose, And it took all the way to 70. We lost, we lost to 72. 73 because Miami was back-to-back, 72, 73. Then we lost to the Steelers in 74. They won a Super Bowl. Then we lost to the Steelers in 75. They won a Super Bowl again. So you're talking about two teams that won 4 Super Bowls back-to-back. Okay? 76 came, we got over the hump. Okay? We won the bowl. Then 77, same issue. 78, 79. Then the Raiders won again. Then 81, then 82. Then we won again. It's like, so I hear what you're saying, dog, but we just need strong people in the nation to understand everything ain't going to be good. It's not always going to be sweet over here. Red or Rock, it's the sense of how they played, Greg. They didn't look defeated team like they did under the. Okay, you're talking. I guess you're talking to him. Okay, I don't got time to talk to people like talking shit. Gerard Pope, I didn't think you can, but quickly break down what Josh McDaniels would benefit from tearing the team down like he did, or was he or just so dumb or really couldn't understand what he was doing? Okay. I don't like Josh McDaniels, and I never liked him, and I never signed up for him being here. I never approved it, Garar. But what I'll say is this: I'm not here to analyze somebody's mental state. I'm just going to talk about what it seemed like and what the actions were and why not. Here's the reason why I say that he sabotaged the team. Here's my reasoning. Number one, him sabotaging the team does not mean that he wasn't trying to do what was best for him. For him to do what was best for him would involve sabotaging what we would call our team. What he wanted to do was make a team in his image. He wanted to make a team in his image. His image is not the Raider image. His team is the Patriot image. Okay? If Josh McDaniels would have worked and he would have succeeded and won a Super Bowls, then we wouldn't even be having this conversation because he would have been viewed as a genius. He came in, he implemented his plan, which was to get rid of any and everything that had something to do with the Raiders, the image of the Raiders, the mystique of the Raiders, the players of the Raiders, the DNA. He was trying to be God. I do not like what this is. I bought this house. I'm going to tear it down to the studs. I'm going to knock everything down. Doesn't matter that the house has a historical value to the NFL, that the house has been designated as a cultural or historic place. Let me give you an example of that real quick. Here in LA, there's been a fight going on here. Just to give you a little bit of context. Marilyn Monroe, the house that she died in, okay, is in Brentwood. The house, it was built in 1926 or whatever, but the house is considered to be a tourist attraction because Marilyn Monroe died there. But this woman who had a lot of money, she bought it, she lived next door, she bought the house, and she planned on tearing it down because she wanted to build a bigger house. That's all. She didn't care about the cultural value. She didn't care about Marilyn Monroe and the history and all that stuff. All she cared was, I got this house. I want my house bigger. I'm about to tear this shit down. Man, neighbors were telling her, please don't do it. She's like, hey, man, I'll do whatever I want. I own the house. They went and talked to the city. The city put a temporary historical house designation on it so she cannot tear it down. Same shit. Josh McDaniels wanted to do what he wanted to do with the Raiders. Who else was he going to do it with? Couldn't do it with the Patriots because it's Bill Belichick. He's going to come over here. He's going to get rid of, cut the head off the snake, Derek Carr, who's the most visible Raider out of everybody, was Derek Carr. He was the guy. When you thought Raiders for 9 years, you thought him. Let me cut his head off, get rid of him. Totally humiliate him, make him look like he doesn't know what he's doing to validate more of what I'm getting ready to do. Josh Jacobs, I'm not going to give you your 5-year extension. Why not give him his extension? It's only going to cost $2 million more. He gets $6 million, he jumps up to $8 million. Why get rid of him? Because I'm going to bring in Bolden, Brown, Abdullah, Zeus. I'm going to bring in my guys. I'm going to bring in Tom Brady. I'm going to get rid of Hunter Renfrow. I'm going to bring in Jacoby Meyer. I'm going to get rid of Darren Waller. I'm going to bring in Mayer. I'm making the team in my image. Okay? It didn't work, bro. Because guess why? Because you came to a historically proud franchise that prides ourselves on our hidden history. It didn't work. Then, when you knew that you had one opportunity to try to get the team behind you, you let them tell you what you didn't want to hear. Got upset, called AP up, had him come up, not knowing that he's been a lifetime Raider fan his entire life, part of Raider Nation. He comes up there. He's the only man that's ever beaten you that's in the building. You tell him, don't ever talk about what my history is. Don't talk about my family. Don't talk about my daddy, Bill Belichick. Don't talk about my great granddaddy, Robert Kraft. How dare you? Man, them cats went right upstairs and told Mark Davis. Mark Davis booted him out of here, wrote him a check. He has not said thank you for an opportunity. He has not mentioned anybody on the team. He hasn't said nothing. So that's why. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Real T Daddy, man. Cole Parts AP isn't guaranteed a head coaching job next year, so ride the wave, praying that he will at least get an interview. It's on AP, man. It's one of them cases, man, where you know, life is unfair. It's unfair, bro, but it is what it is, man. You got to overcome life. You got to overcome life, bro. He did he get fed a raw deal? Some of us might think he did, but ask AP if he got a raw deal. He doesn't think he got a raw deal. He thinks he's got the chance of a lifetime. You got to understand who you're talking about. Antonio Pierce was an undrafted free agent player. He wasn't even drafted into the NFL, bro. The sorriest player who you'll laugh at did better than Antonio Pierce in the draft because he never got drafted. 32 teams passed on him 7 rounds. He did not get drafted. He had to walk onto the Washington Redskins practice squad and walk onto the team and get a job. Made the 53-man roster. Played a year or two there. Went to the Giants. Became an All-Pro. Became a world champion. Okay? Got it out of the mud, bruh. Beat a 17-0 New England Patriots team with the GOAT on it. Okay? This is the guy we're talking about. The guy who a lot of us are feeling sorry for. Don't feel sorry for Antonio Pierce. You need to feel sorry for whoever's in Antonio Pierce's way. That's how I look at it. Damon said, Raiders, worse than you. So what happens to Jimmy G now? Jimmy G sits on the bench and collects $27 million. That's what happens to Jimmy. You think Jimmy gets a pay cut because he's not starting? Jimmy's still $28 million on our cap. When it came to Derek Carr, when they signed a contract, they had an out. $6 million cap hit. Easy to get rid of DC. How come it's not so easy to get rid of Jimmy G? That's why I says it's a sabotage, bro. Even if I get fired, you're still stuck. Joshua Jeffries, Glass Jimmy better start washing cars. Hey, man, when you got $28 million, man, and you got unlimited tickets to the Bunny Ranch, man, when you get a whole bunch of free rides, I think Jimmy's doing just fine. He just ain't going to play quarterback. Okay. Quilty Daddy, Jimmy G, bench warmer. Oh, yeah, he's going to be sitting there for 9 games unless somebody gets hurt. Jimmy's going to have plenty of time to get healthy because he's not playing. Okay. Cocaine, I'm trying to be playing in Vegas. Me too. It's a possibility now, dog. It was no possibility with Josh McDaniels. Okay. Ken Salter, what's going on, big dog? I know Raider guy talking. Hey, yeah, you handle Greg, dog. Josh Jeffries. Watch Renfro get 1,000 yards after all this nonsense. He should have been got 1,000 yards, man. Nothing wrong with him, dog. It's just funny to see how people turn on you, bro. Like, people from this fan base was really nasty to 2 players. They were, actually 3, but one of them was gone playing for the Saints. But they're really nasty to Josh Jacobs, saying that he wasn't worth the money. Shit, what did he do yesterday? All he did was keep the clock running. Without Josh Jacobs running like he ran yesterday, and the only reason why he didn't get 100 yards rushing is because they ran the ball up the gut and he lost 2 yards. He had 98 yards rushing. He was running his ass off. Who was running the clock? We needed that clock run being like that, dog, getting them first downs and running the shit out of the clock. That was important. Okay. And Hunter Renfrow, he can't catch anymore. He's washed up. He's this and that. He's not the same guy. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's definitely the same guy. He could show you better than he can tell you. Throw the ball to him and see what happens. Okay. Bo Long, what's up, Bo? Damon, we're going to win every game now. And I'm not mad at that, bro. It's going to be a hard road to hoe because we got a hard schedule, bro. We got some good teams we got to play. But, hey, man, I think we have a better chance of doing it with the guys we have now than we did before. Okay. Ninja Dog. Okay. Like your optimism. Hey, man, we need to be optimistic. Ed Alacron, what's going on, big dog? Yo, Shaq, what about the video about JDR laughing about Gannon getting hit? Oh, Jack Del Rio? Yeah. I posted that out, something about that. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, Ed, I don't know you, Ed, but I know you, at least as far as you being here, and I'm willing to bet that you're a worldly man. I'm willing to bet that you've bent some corners in your life. I'm willing to bet that you've been around, and you've seen some things in your life. And somebody ever asked you for your opinion on something, you give them some good advice. So I'm going to go on that. You ever been around somebody who, and I know I've been around a lot of them, who act one way with you and then they act a different way with somebody else? That's Jack Del Rio. These guys are that way. Him, Jack Del Rio, Josh McDaniels. These guys are what do they call them? Chameleons. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm from, we called it acting brand new. Why you acting brand new all of a sudden? Most of the time that would happen when there'd be a fine little shooby-doob and little friends around. Now all of a sudden you want to act like you could fight now. Now I'll beat your ass. You know, you're like, did you hear this nigga here? Don't be clown. Don't be trying to talk crazy. He's like, oh, yeah, okay, we got the girls around. So, yeah, now he want to, like, all right, bruh, like, we'll really whip your ass, or I'll really whip your ass. You know that, you know. So that's what it is. It's just a matter of he got around, Dak Del Rio got around the Ravens, and he wanted to. But guess who wasn't laughing when he was on that stage? Rod Woodson. Rod Woodson wasn't laughing when he was sitting up there. Go get him, Goose. Rod Woodson was looking at this guy like, look at this motherfucker, dog. And that's what I'm talking about. Rod Woodson like, man, you a clown. I was there, bro. Like, don't try to act like it was that. Okay? Nah. You know, you're just trying to kowtow. Now that the Raiders fired you. I got fired too. Don't forget, Rod Woodson was a defensive back coach for us. He got fired too. He was on Del Rio's staff. But guess what? He wasn't the one clowning, because he's like, I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to stay Rod Woodson. Somebody was in the Hall of Fame up there and somebody wasn't. Rod Woodson in the Hall, Jack Del Rio not in the Hall. Okay. Rich Fry, winning is an attitude. Yes, it is. Commitment to excellence, Bo Long, Damon. As far as always seen is a hit piece by the replacement coach. That's it. But you know what? It's to be expected. I saw, you talk about a hit piece, Damon. I saw, who was it? Mike Greenberg, who you guys know as Greeny from ESPN, who I used to like, but I don't like him anymore because of the stuff that he's been saying this week. You got to understand that a lot of these journalists, of course, they're fans of teams, but they don't know how to be a journalist when it's time to be a journalist. He's getting ready to play us. The Jets are in a vulnerable state right now. They need victories, and the Raiders have always been circled as a guaranteed dub. So first thing he says is he starts talking about Antonio Pierce, a man who won a Super Bowl, who was an undrafted player into this league and a former All-Pro, undersized linebacker. Okay, said that, Antonio's a good guy. He used to work with us with ESPN because he did work with him at ESPN. And he said, but, the Raiders don't go there if you want stability. They got rid of my friend Mike Mayock. He said that on TV. And I'm like, oh, so your friend got fired. So now you're going to come in on the Raiders. Look, dog, I got friends too. Just because maybe my friend deserved it. Like maybe my friend didn't do his job. I'm not going to put on a cape for my boy if he lost his job. I'm not going to put on my cape if he lost his girl. If anything, I'm going to be like, hey, dog, I was trying to tell you. Okay, messing around with Fat Shirley was not the thing you should have been doing. I know you was drunk, but you should have not fell asleep in front of her, dog. You knew what was gonna happen. You know she's been had a crush on you since 6th grade. Okay, unknown Raider guy. Bo said, let's get these likes up. Yeah, them likes are very off. You guys, come on, man. Hit that thumbs up. Tip your bartender. Appreciate it, you guys. And thanks, man. Grill Daddy with the $5. Dono, we talk about whatever, whomever, funky, fun filtered player. That's what it is, dog. Like, these people, man, like I always say, man, you got people who, men do what they want and boys do what they can, bro. My mother always told me, when you get grown, you'll be able to have your own house and do what you want to do. And guess what? When I got grown, I did what I wanted to do. When I was in my mama's house, I had to do what she said because I wasn't grown. These people are grown and they don't have no talk. They don't have any control and they're grown up, bro. They're paying all the rent, if not half the rent, and they can't even get the remote control to cut the game on. Okay? I'm watching what I'm watching. You're gonna have to watch it on your phone. They can't even get the TV. They done came home, worked hard, they want to watch Monday Night Football tonight, and they can't even turn on the fucking TV and shit and watch what they want to watch. Okay? Ain't our fault that they don't have it like us. Damon says Goodell's going down and the Raiders will be a dynasty. Goodell's not looking good for Roger Goodell right now. They messed around with the wrong one with John Gruden. John Gruden's gonna try to take their heads off, bro. He ain't playing. They definitely do not want us to know what was in those 6,500 emails. They pulled out 10 emails on Chuck, and the emails, Chuck deserved to get fired for the shit he said, though. I mean, he said some foul shit, but the problem was he wasn't working for the company, which negates him getting fired. And 2, what about all the other emails you ain't talking about? I'm telling you, it's a lot of shit. And the court isn't going to care. It's already going to trial right now. They're trying to fight it. Goes to trial. Watch how much money they throw at John Gruden. They're going to throw $500 million at this dude. They're going to be like, John, we got to settle this. And if there is a number that John will say, okay, cool, let me back in the league, break me off a $500 million tax-free, and we can forget about the shit. Because Michael Irvin did it. That whole shit with Michael Irvin should show you what's going to happen. They humiliated a Hall of Fame player and a 3-time Super Bowl champion over an accusation that everybody said did not happen. But they got a relationship with the Hilton hotels, and they didn't want to fuck that up. Once it came out that Mike was gonna go in on them, they said, hey man, Mike, let's give you $100 million. They gave Michael Irvin $100 million. They said, we're going to reinstate you, and we're going to give this lady the money we're going to give her, and we're going to go on with our lives. And that's what's up. Grill T Daddy, do you think AP has a better chance of losing the interim permanent position next season? I think he has a better chance than Bisaccia had. I think Bisaccia is the situation where Mark Davis made a big mistake. That's why he wrote that $85 million check, bro. Okay, he wrote the $85 million check because he made so much money in this past year and a half by having it like this. He owed us, bro. He had to pay the fiddler, bro. It's time to pay the bill. You owe Raider Nation the right thing. You have to do the right thing, bro. It's going to cost you $85 million because you brought these idiots in. If you just would have hit and got Bisaccia, we wouldn't be in this position. But you did what you thought was going to be best for you, which was bring the Patriots in. Go over to the Aces, hang out with them for 2 years, win championships, have fun, hang out with Tom Brady, walk around with all these different blondes and all this stuff, live your life. But guess what? You owed us, bruh. Cut the check. And yesterday he cut the check and he was walking out and everybody was saying, thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark. Mark was doing the damn Rose Parade wave. He had to pay that, dog. That's how much it cost. Okay. No Raider guy. Yeah, make sure you guys are checking out the merch, man. Make sure you guys are getting the merchandise. The merchandise is moving really well. We got very nice beanie. The beanie is the hottest item. Make sure you guys are picking it up, bro. Okay. Carla, what's up? Carla was popping, man. Bo Long, hit the like button. One game at a time. Study film because I'll be there at Allegiant for the Jets. Oh, Carla, you're going to have a great time. Are you going with your son? Is that the game, Carla? You said you were going with your son? You guys are going to have a great time. You're going to have a great time. I'm glad I went to the Death Star, but I went to the Patriots game and I won with Josh McGenius. I won because he was trying to beat his daddy. That's the only reason. Right. Tino Rodriguez said, Shaq, I heard the best way to light a good cigar is with matches, Pimp. It is the best way. But unfortunately for me, I'm outside and I have a crosswind. It's windy out here. Okay. So for me, the best way to light a cigar is to torch it as much as possible because I can't even keep a match out here. Best way is to get cedar. You get cedar, you get the lighter, you light it up, you let the cedar, and then you toast the cigar. Toast it, you don't let it touch, you let it toast, then you go and light it. But I'm outside, so all bets are off out here, bruh. I'm in the elements. So you see this thing blowing back? You see this right here? See that? That's why I'm not using matches, bro. Look at that. See that shit blowing right there? See where my finger is? That's why. But you are right, bro. Westside Media, McDummy would never head coach in the NFL again. And he shouldn't. And he shouldn't. He destroyed 2 teams. He destroyed 2 franchises in the same division. He doesn't deserve, he deserves to get his money because that's what he signed up for. The contract said he was supposed to get 6 years. Get his money. And that's it. If I owe you money and I pay you, what else is there to talk about? We don't need to have a relationship. Okay? Yeah, as long as this right here is blowing like that, I ain't got no choice. Raider Rob, I like our chances for the rest of the year. I do too. Black Raider, KC looks beatable. Yeah, they did, man. I don't know what happened with Tua. Maybe the Swifties put a curse on him, dog. But that play against them yesterday was dumb, dog. I'm like, how do you fumble the ball when you really need to have the ball? It's crazy, man. Bo Long put a 1 in the chat. I believe the Raiders will beat the Chiefs. Yeah, put a 1 in there. Black Raider, I want to see how we do when we get Diablo Black. Diablo's going to be ready to play, bro. But right now, man, let's let him get healthy. Let's get our guys healthy, man. I think the guys that are playing right now are playing well. Let's get healthy. Let these guys. I don't want them coming back too early. If Diablo's ready to play, so be it. Let these guys get healthy, bro. We should be able to hold the fort down long enough. Raider Rob says Casey's definitely beatable. Westside Media. If Josh McDaniels father, he'd be such a biatch. He wouldn't even. He can't. I wouldn't even be his daddy, bro. Wouldn't have happened in the first place. Okay, Okay, I'm gonna be quiet because I'm about to say something really foul. Let me be careful, dog. I don't need to be too disrespectful. Okay, he's already lost his job. He's gone. I don't need to be too disrespectful. But I was about to say something crazy. Okay, Black Raider. We really have a hell of a receiving corps, man. Tay Renfro and Myers. Yeah, and don't forget Mayer. Mayer had that catch where he caught the football and then he went backwards. It was excellent, man. Excellent situation. Carl says, my son wasn't eager to attend a McDaniels game. Neither was I. We both feel differently now. You absolutely should feel differently because it's a whole different situation now, bro. Whole different situation. We did have a couple of guys. J.O., who's a member of the Unfiltered Nation over here, was at the game. My boy Malo, who's another member of the Unfiltered Nation, was at the game. And when we was at the watch party, both of those guys were on with us. Imagine being on with us at the game. That's just how much of influence we got. Okay? You're at the game, but you're still listening to us and participating, bro. And J.O., that was his first time in there, Carla. And he was like, Shaq, everything you said was ideal. Plus, we won the way we did. And great situation. Okay. Thanks, Nate Smith, with the $5 dono, man. Coming in with the heavy hand again. Hey, man, that's what happens, dog, It's like we slapping them around, bro. We slap them around, bro. That's what we do. Okay. Alfredo Raider, I'll be at the game Sunday night. Yo, that's going to be great, dog. I might be there. I was supposed to be at this game. But the whole Josh McDaniels situation and all of that kind of stifled everything. But now, do not be surprised if I'm there. But as of now, I don't think I'm going, but we'll see. Besides me, I don't want to like Jake Jacoby because he came from New England, but he's looking like a keeper. Hey, dude, what do we really know about Jacoby Meyer? What do we know about him? I don't know a lot about him. He doesn't do a lot of talking. He doesn't seem like he's a very talkative dude. He might be a Raider fan, bro. He might be a Raider fan. That's something that I was telling everybody. A lot of players in the NFL are Raider fans, bro. And you didn't even know they were Raider fans. Like, a lot of them. Who knew that Antonio Pierce was a Raider? Okay? Keyshawn Johnson, who's a friend of mine, is Raider Nation. A lot of people didn't know that, even though he played for Tampa and he lit our asses up in that Super Bowl. He's Raider Nation, bro. I asked him, how come you didn't go to Raiders? He's like, man, timing was bad. Things didn't, every time I was good, something else happened. Okay? He's a Raider fan. Okay? A bunch of people in the league are Raider fans, bro. A lot of them. Did you guys know Juju Smith-Schuster's a Raider fan? We don't want him, but Juju Smith-Schuster's a Raider fan. He grew up in Long Beach, Long Beach, L.A., South Central. All those guys from there are Raiders, bro. Okay? A bunch of them. There's a lot of players in the league. So I don't know Jacoby. I don't know what he likes. I don't know if he had an affinity for the Raiders or not, but he definitely playing. He doesn't look like he's a dude that's trying to dog it. He's looking like he's trying to make things happen. That one pass that AOC threw to him on the slant, and it hit through his hands. AOC needed to take something off of it. It was too high, and he threw it with too much velocity. But he definitely was out there balling, bro. Okay. So, yeah, man. Salute, Grill T Daddy, love to the nation. Carl Alfredo, yeah, it's going down. I know Raider guy. Westside Media, is Champ Kelly fully promoted to GM? He's interim. He's interim GM. The only person that's not interim is Sandra as the president. Sandra's been the president since last season. So she's in, but everybody else is interim. It's in the middle of the season. Okay. Jacoby's a Raider now. I would agree. Let's see who else. Les Hendershot. If we have a great run game and defense, AOC should be great. If AOC can have a clean pocket, he's going to eat. He ate yesterday, man. The same offensive line who gave up 6 sacks against the Lions 6 days before yesterday gave up none the next day. And people, oh, it's just the Giants. You guys are getting all ahead of yourselves. And I'm like, dude, do you guys know that Tavon Thibodeau, the rookie, he has 8 sacks? He didn't get any yesterday, bro. He was like second in the league in sacks. Okay? He had none yesterday. He was shut out. AOC's jersey was clean as hell. He didn't get touched. He didn't get hit. He didn't, nothing. Sacked. Nothing. Will T Daddy, salami and cheese. Westside Media, man, you know what it is. Booty bang. Yo, Shaq, where's Jimmy G at? They didn't put Jimmy G on the damn screen all game. From what I read, he was helping AOC out warm up. So when AC was throwing the ball back and forth, him and Jimmy was, you know, shooting some steam, throwing the ball back and forth, blah, blah, blah. That's all I heard. Jimmy's on the sideline with a strained vagina. No, the girls at the Bunny Ranch have a strained vagina, allegedly. Let's not hate on Jimmy when it comes to off the field. Okay, Jimmy off the field is definitely somebody who's a formidable guy. On the field, we got a problem. Grill T Daddy, we call him a pizza Raider. Sound like a pizza retailer. No string fans. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Carl says, I'll be the one wearing the number 2 jersey. I claimed MVP Daniel Carlson. Daniel Carlson is the MVP, man. Best kicker in the league, you know, for us. You know, very consistent. He's always put in situations, even though Justin Tucker is for the Ravens is an all-time great. He might be the real GOAT as far as kickers, but he doesn't get put in those situations like we do, where it's like we have to have a field goal right here. Like, we don't get a field goal, we don't even score. Daniel Carlson kicked 3 field goals yesterday, dog, with a strain growing. Boy's a bad boy. Yeah, I see you guys. David Suarez out there in the Philippines. What's going on? Talking to Westside Media. Okay. Like he said, supported the kid as a starter, even yelled Raiders in the locker room. Yeah. Like I said, I heard that Jimmy was very supportive, but you know, how hard is it for Jimmy to be supportive, man? He's getting paid $28 million, dog. He's chilling. He's probably happy. Probably happy I don't have to go out there and hurt my back and get fucked up. I'm just gonna sit out here and kick it, get my money, call it a day. You know. Booty Bang said Mark gave Josh second chances. Josh spat in our faces. He came in spitting in our faces, bro. He came in spitting in our faces for jump. I just believe that, man. You don't change your spots, bro. Like, I used to, Booty Bang, and I always try to talk to you, man, because you in the game. You know what I'm saying? You got to balance all those females and all that type of shit. I always try to tell my peoples, bro, just because somebody did something to somebody else doesn't necessarily mean that they'll do it to you, but they have that capability. And, you know, in your line of work, bro, you got to pay attention to who was the other P she was with before you. What did she do to the other P? Did she set him up for a robbery? Did you know what happened? My boys be like blinded to the sex. Like, oh, since I'm hitting it, everything's good. And I'm like, dude, no, it ain't. Once she gets a hold of that credit card and she got figuring shit out, you know, who's to say she won't do it to you? She won't do that to me. Well, next thing you know, you've been hit. Okay, you've been hit, and she's nowhere to be found. Okay. Carlos Jenkins, he's responsible for keeping us in games and responsible for us winning games. Chronicles of the Black Hole. Last night was a real Raider game. Yes, it was, bro. First game we've had like that. The last real Raider game we had, for those of you guys with reference, was the Rich Bisaccia game when we had to beat the Chargers at home to make the playoffs in 2022. Remember, or 2021, I should say. Remember that, where they tried to win the game on us. And it was 10 seconds. All right, it was like 50 seconds left, and they didn't call a timeout. And then we got the ball back, and they gave the ball to Josh Jacobs, and Josh Jacobs ran for 10 yards and put Daniel Carlson and put him in the field goal, and they got kicked out. And they didn't even make the playoffs. If they just would have sat on the ball and tied the game, they would have made the playoffs. But they tried to take us out, and they wound up. That was the last real Raider game we had, and it was in the Death Star. Go figure. It was in the Death Star. Okay. It's getting real bad out here with the wind, you guys. The wind. Look at it. This is why I was trying to tell you, man. Out here, this wind, bro, and it's blowing up on my back right now, bro. It's blowing my cigar out. I'm gonna have to cut it again. Grill T Daddy. I'm done rolling with AP. I've been done, dog, but we're going to still talk about it. It's still news. Like, we don't get to, you know, at least I don't get to turn the page as easily as you guys, because I have a platform and I have a responsibility for you guys to keep you guys informed. So, you know, it's good. It must be nice for y'all to just turn the page. I can't turn the page. I get to ask questions all day, every day. My phone is just constantly pinging and ringing and check, did you hear about this, and check this video out. So for me, man, it's, you know, I have to keep talking about it because it's what's going on. The Raiders are a hot topic right now, bro. We are one of the hottest teams being talked about right now. You know, so people definitely want to know what the hell's going on, and did you hear about this, and did you hear about that, and did you hear about what Woodson said, and did you hear about what Jay Glazer said? And that's even better. That's what I should have did. I should have just cut it and started again. Great to Daddy. Westside Media. What's good, Big Job? Corey Moore. Never should have gotten anything Patriots culture thing, the top of the tuck rule. Chucky went into Tampa and won. We're never the same. Nice to see we're back to form. It all depends on Mark Davis and what Mark Davis has up his sleeve. If Mark Davis falls for the shiny new gold chain that makes your neck green, that'll be on Mark. Because at the end of the day, Mark was the only person that could make the decision, and Mark's the only person that can keep AP there. I think Mark learned his lesson, at least as of now. Carl Jenkins, how do I get Carlson's autograph? You're a woman. You're probably more likely to get it than anybody else. Women just get things, you know. I try to, I don't know where you're sitting at, Carla, but in section, what section is that? What section we were in? I think it was section 117 or 115. The tunnel where the Raiders come out at, I would try to be in that area. So when the Raiders come out, because Daniel Carlson's going to come out first. He's going to come out and he's going to kick, warm up before everybody else. I would try to get in as soon as the Death Star lets in. They only let you in 2 hours before kickoff. I try to get in there and try to be in a position where I can kind of, be hanging over and see if I can, if you can kind of get his attention. You're going to have his jersey on. It's not a lot of people got Daniel Carlson jerseys. You might be able to get his attention. But I think you'll have a better shot than anybody else. Grill T Daddy. Back in black and silver, you already know. David Suarez, you already know. Booty Bang. Josh is a spoiled man-child that didn't get his way. And you know what? He's going to go right back home to his daddy and get his way. Spoiled kids get their way. That's why they're spoiled. And if they don't get their way with you, they'll get their way somewhere else. A spoiled child becomes a narcissist, what we call a narc. And not the narc as far as the narcotics division. Narcs nowadays are spoiled kids that grew up. And for him to ruin another situation for himself, sad. Sad for him, because he really wants to be the man, but sometimes you're just not the man, bro. You don't get to do what Clancy gets to do. Okay. Don't be jealous at Clancy because he's with a 10. Clancy goes to the gym. He got a 6-pack. Clancy's driving a convertible Porsche, and he's a stockbroker that makes 10 million a year. You don't. You're at Walmart. You're 60 pounds overweight, and you don't have no reason to be jealous at Clancy. You're jealous of him because you guys went to school together and you grew up the same way. You deserve to have a fine shooby-doob too. No, dude, you didn't do what Clancy did. Okay? And that's what it is. Okay, Grill Daddy, you was rhyming, bro. You was spitting. Rich Fry, AP has a very good chance. He does. I've read it for sure, Carlos. The Autumn win because they're stupid. Hey, you know what, man? You can't save stupid people. I think one of the dumbest things you could be is a troll, but there's trolls everywhere. That's one of the dumbest things you could do. Out of everything you could be doing during the day, you spend your time trolling on people who don't give a fuck? It makes no sense to me, but then again, I'm not a troll. Like trolls, I don't get that. I don't get that whole, do you get paid? No, you don't get anything. What do you get out of it except being ridiculed and blocked? Does it make sense, bruh? Yeah, Versace. Booty Bang, Antonio Pierce is the Charles Woodson of the Giants. Disagree or disagree? I need to know more context of what you mean by that, Booty Bang, as far as him being a player or as far as a coach. I need to understand more context. The Mac family, the AP got that dog in him. He's a player's coach. Yeah. Yeah, dog. You got to understand how offended people were that Josh McDaniels told them, don't ever talk about the Patriots like that. They were just like, hey, man, I'm about to use the bathroom right now. Max was like, I'll be back. I'm going to use the bathroom. Okay, Max. Walked in the elevator. Ding! Executive suite. Dong! Had an E on it. Had an E on it for executive. Said first floor, second floor, third floor, E. Executive. Click. When you click that, man, you hear don't. You hear the Raider theme when you click on the E button. Went right up there and told Mark, hey, what's up, Mark? Hey, what's going on, Max? Hey, your boy downstairs is tripping. He's like, again? Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. Booty Bang, can we bring in Cam Newton? We could bring in whoever we want, but Cam's not going to do us any good. Cam, it's over for Cam, man. Cam got that arm injury, man. He's not the same. Cam Newton's arm is, at one time, was as strong as AOC's, but not anymore. What's up? Run on EA8 was popping. T Riller with a $2 donut. I'm gonna read that one too. Black Raider Peter gets another pick six on Sunday. I'm calling it now. He better. He's dropped 2 of them. This dude should have 3 fucking pick sixes right now, but he only has 1. God. T Riller, man, don't ever talk about the Patriots like that. JMD is exactly what he said, and we heard about that days before. But it's funny to me how people, you can have the same exact facts and they won't believe you until Jerome says it. It's sad. We said it days ago that he said some foul shit. But Jay Glazer came out. Now everybody's run on EA8. What's going on? Autumn win. How did the offense look so different? We had pre-snaps motion, ran up tempo, had speed go on the routes, looked like Clinton didn't scheme. The reason why it looked like that win was because you had somebody that had something to prove. Everybody involved with the Raiders has something to prove. Everybody's on a proving ground. AP's on a proving ground. Champ Kelly's on a proving ground. Bo Hennegree is on a proving ground. Never been a head coach before. Never been a GM before. Never been an offensive coordinator before. AOC, never been a starter with freedom. Everybody was bringing their best shit. That's what you want, bro. You want constant competition and constant improvement. They said, watch my video I posted today. I got sound bites from the video that I posted this morning that says Raiders return to greatness. It has sound bites and video from Josh Jacobs, what he said about AP, sound bites and video of what Mad Max said, and sound bites and video of what Devontae said. And then I'm talking about it. Everybody said we were playing for AP, man. We didn't want AP to look bad. We're gonna do everything. He said they sat down and said we're gonna make sure AP looks good. And when he looks good, we look good. And that's exactly what happened, bro. Offensive line, yeah, we're not that good, but we're gonna hold our blocks a little bit longer. We're gonna play balls to the wall, and that's what happened. We played balls to the wall, bro. I'm very proud of them dudes, man, because we're not the most talented crew out there, but we had the most nuts. And sometimes that's all you got to do to win. Let your nuts hang, as I like to say. Let your nuts hang, bro. Show them you got a pair. McKenna, Rose Harrison, what am I talking about? I'm confused. Hey, well, you might have to go back. I mean, we've already been on an hour and 18 minutes. Luis Huante, man, Shaq, what's a W? Raider. Defense pinned those ears back and them dogs came out. Dude, Amik Robertson is showing you what Raider football is. Do you guys know that Amik Robertson is 5'8"? He's as tall as a lot of you guys are. But he said it yesterday. He says, I'm an offensive player that plays defense. And those guys were laughing. He said, I know you, I took a while for you guys to see it, but I'm an offensive player that plays defense. What does that mean? I'm a ball hawk. Where's the ball at? You're going to see me. And the best play, Amik Robertson is a Raider, dog. He got drafted by John Gruden. Let me tell you why I'm so impressed with him, dog. Everybody's talking about his interception. He had another one when he jumped up in the air like that. Amik Robertson probably got like about a 38-inch vertical leap. That dude can get up. He's like a little Nate Robinson who won the dunk contest against Dwight Howard. Remember Nate Robinson won the dunk contest and he's like 5'9" or some shit. The best play he did was when he blew up that tight end on that fourth down play. Man, that tight end is about 6'6", 260 or some shit. Meek Robinson's like 5'8", maybe 185. That dude had that ball in his hands, and Meek blew his ass up, and that he coughed that shit up, bro. That saved us. We got ball turned over on downs. That's Raider football, bro. Yeah, you would have put your money on that. They would have said, hey, man, you have to bet your entire check on who's gonna prevail on that play. The 6'6", 260 tight end or the smallest guy on the field. Most people would have picked you're trying to keep your money or double your money. You would have lost all your money. That you would have definitely been going to get you a payday loan to pay that damn car payment, fucking around with a Meek Robertson. Edward Chaplin. Just heard Jim Harbaugh is going to be suspended indefinitely. We don't need that drama. AP is all the way. I think right now Harbaugh's ship is kind of sailed right now, but he'll be back in the league. And Harbaugh did not even get a call from Mark Davis. He didn't get a call from Mark Davis. So expect to hear his name being thrown around. It is what it is. L.A. Ancron. Grill T Daddy with a $5 dono. Thank you, big dog. We talk about whatever with whoever, funky unfiltered player, period. That's what we do over here. We're not the biggest, but we're powerful as hell. Don't let us hit you in the face. You will be asleep. Black Raider. Really hoping Meek keeps up the production. Hey, dude, I ain't gonna lie, man. One thing that I'm not gonna do is cap. I used to be on the Meek Robertson, especially last year. He was out of position a lot last year, and he was getting mossed by guys who aren't even moss. But a Meek Robertson has changed my entire outlook. That dude has earned my respect, and earning my respect is hard. He earned my respect. Like I said before, man, that dude has done nothing but play above his level. Balling. Corey Moore would love to know the narratives of just winning next week, so they can continue Aaron Rodgers, come back to the playoffs, stingy defense. Dare said, please win this one, make a statement. One thing, Corey, and I'm sure you're a Jets fan, and I just want to let you know something. This is a non-denominational channel. That means we have fans of every team. I don't have a problem with what you said, bro, because this is not a Raider channel. If this was the Raider Roundup or some shit like that where it says Raiders in the title, we have everybody in here. As long as you're talking good football and what you said, I don't have a problem with it. And it could happen because somebody's going to win the game. Okay? So we'll see what happens. Like I said before, we're going to see what you guys do tonight. And I guarantee you everybody's going to be, all the Raiders are going to be probably get together and watch the game. They're going to all get together. And I think Antonio gave them another day off, if I ain't mistaken. I think he said in the thing, I just got 3 words. See you Wednesday. I think that's what he said, if I'm not mistaken. I think because Tuesday's their day off, but I think he gave them the day off today. I think AP gave the Raiders the day off. Somebody check and see if that's true. But I think he gave them the day off. So they're going to get together, bro. They're probably going to get together at Max's house or somebody's house. They're going to get together, and they're going to watch the game together, bro. That's what we need. We need these guys hanging out together. Mad Max's house is the safest house to be at because Mad Max is sober. He ain't got not one lick of alcohol at his crib. Okay? So, and you're not going to disrespect Max and bring over a 6-pack. So, I'm hoping Max rounds these guys up and say, come to the crib. You know Mad Max's house is fat. You know he's got the bread. You know his crib is plush. His girls there, his daughter, his little daughter's running around. That's what we need. We need these guys hanging out, bro. I remember, man, the best teams I ever played on when I played sports were the teams that we all kicked it and we all hung out together. We all, after hours, we were all together. We weren't all clicked up. We were all kicking it. You know what I'm saying? And even if somebody's having at their house, be like, okay, man, we're going to go to over here first, hang out. Then we're going to go to this kid's crib, and then we're going to hang out. Those are the best teams I've ever been. Those are the teams that won. Nick said Goodell just got a 3-year extension. Hey man, a 3-year extension without those 600,500 emails have not been released. When the scandal comes, ain't gonna matter. That's why the owners are going out of their way to try to keep this out of court, bro. They just paid this dude. He's getting his money. Roger Goodell makes about, I think the last time I heard, he was making $47 million a year. So do you want to pay somebody 3 years and he be gone, and then have everybody know every secret and every email and everything that you put out? And you know the nudes, you know there's some nudes in there, you know there's a bunch of shit in there, you know, allegedly. Yeah, that's what it is. 650,000, but they only released 10, bro. Would you respect somebody, Kron, my boy Kron, would you respect somebody who had $650,000 in cash, but he only wants to spend $10? Hey man, we about to go eat, bruh. Hey man, where we going? Oh man, shit, we're gonna go over here and we're gonna go to Ruth Chris and have some dinner. Oh man, shit, man, I'm only gonna spend $10, man. I'm gonna go get me a 4 from 4 from Wendy's and shit with extra cheese, and maybe an apple pie, man. $10. You'd be like, man, look at this cheap ass cat. You got $650,000 and you only want to spend $10. Same thing about the emails, bro. You got 650,000 emails and you only want to put out 10. Something's wrong. Real T Daddy. David Suarez, billions of text messages every day from everybody. Do we cancel everybody? If there's something derogatory in there, or there's something that's criminal in there, or if there's something that can create a lawsuit, yeah, dog. Why do you think Daniel Snyder doesn't own the team anymore? Because of the sexual harassment stuff. You're trying to tell me there's not more stuff in there? There's stuff in there, bro. From who? We do not know. Nick, what's up, pimp? Runner EA8. Nate Smith with $5 dono. You already know. Shaq coming in heavy-handed again. I know no other way, bro. I know no other way. Alfredo Raider with the 1. David Suarez. We're talking to Runner EA8. I see you guys. You guys all chopping it up. I see this. I see it. See it. Luis Huarte, do you think about the up-and-coming games? We got the Jets. Now we look against the Giants, ready to score 30 on defense. Broncos beat the Chiefs. Chiefs beat me in Miami. There's parity in the NFL, you guys. I mean, there's opportunities there. Typically, the team that turns the ball over the least is the team that wins. We didn't turn the ball over at all. We had no turnovers. Think about that, bro. We played a clean game. Bro. We played 60 minutes of football, not a turnover. We got 2 turnovers. Okay? 2 interceptions. We should have had 3. Okay? And we won by 22. We should have won by 30. But Trayvon Merrick forgot that he was playing center field and let the ball dribble over there on the other side of the field and didn't go get it. We were playing up. Those of us that understand baseball, sometimes you do a shift. The outfield shield shifts over because this person pulls the ball like they used to do with Barry Bonds. Me being from the Bay, they used to do the shift, and they would shift on Bonds because Bonds typically never hit to the opposite field. He always pulled it to center or pulled it because he's trying to hit for power. So they would just move over to try to get him out. And the center fielder is supposed to be cheating over to play, and Morig was just not doing that. Okay, so there's parity in NFL. Of course we can win. We're not EA8, Long Beach, bro. The beach, baby. Richard Seymour was a fan growing up. Facts. Okay. What's the running back from Najee Harris? Najee Harris that plays for Pittsburgh Steelers. Those of us that's from the Bay Area, he's from Antioch. He's from Antioch, California, and he's a Raider fan. So I tell all my Steeler homies, hey man, do not be surprised if Najee Harris winds up being a Raider. Whole bunch of Raider Nation fans, man. I mean, you don't just because you play for another team and you're beating your favorite team does not mean that you're not a fan of that team. Whole bunch of them. Okay, not only him, a bunch of other guys, Raider fans. Who else? What's his name? Willie McGinnis. Willie McGinnis is a Raider fan. Okay. David Suarez. Okay. Alfredo Raider. If you make it to the Jets game, I'm going to look out for you. I'll bring in my son. If I make it, man, like I said, I got to talk and see what's popping. I got to see what the capabilities are. I'm kind of mad now, but hey, you got to live by your decisions. If you're a man, you live by your decisions. I could have easily been to the game, but after I went to the Patriots game and we won, and I almost knocked the Patriots fan, knocked his entire face off his body. That's on tape. We thought better of it because it was just like, man, I'm not going to keep spending money to see Josh McDaniels. But I made a decision, and now I got to see if I can correct that. We'll see. Running on EA8, I believe everyone in the league was a Raider fan once. I don't believe that, but I do believe that they had a healthy respect for the Raiders. They had a healthy respect. When we were winning, we had a healthy respect for the Raiders. People had a healthy respect. It's when we started losing, they started losing respect for us. Got a lot of teams, man, that people that I know that are older that said, man, yeah, I'm this fan, but I like the Raiders. I'm a fan of this, but I did like the Raiders too. But Raiders were not hard to dislike. Raiders were a team you liked. You might not have been your favorite team, but you had respect for them. Like, yeah, Raiders, Raiders, man, I kind of like them too. But you're not going to find a lot of that now. Alfred Ortiz, man, we back in the W party, so it always feels good to be over here. Louis Huante said, AOC, 8 different receivers, 10 plus yards. He did good. He just has to, the game has to slow down for him because there was a couple of things he missed. When you have one-on-one coverage, now they got a whole week to work on it now. When Devontae Adams is man-to-man coverage, you get him the football, bro. That pass that he threw to Jacoby, and Jacoby that was too hot for him to handle. It was one-on-one coverage, man. There was no safety over the top, man. Devontae was gonna cook his ass. But AOC, he's a rook. It was still a good read because at the time I said it was a good read, but Devontae was by himself, dog. You gotta recognize the best player on that offense is Devontae. Okay. And he was by himself, dog. All he had to do was get behind in coverage. Now, let me say this to you guys. Now, remember that 50-yard bullet that AOC threw to Trey Tucker. Do you think that against the Lions, if AOC was in the game, he would have missed a wide-open Devontae Adams twice? Just saying. Based on what you saw yesterday, do you think AOC would have missed Devontae against the Lions twice? That's 2 touchdowns. We beat the Lions. Giants had a badass defense. Look at the defense. We can't worry about that, dog. We can't decide what our competition is. The Giants were on the schedule. We played them. We beat their ass. That's all I care about. Oh, the Giants. Dude, that's the team we had to play. That's the teams we had to play. I mean, what are we supposed to do? Only play the greatest teams in the league? The schedule was set. The date was yesterday. The time was 1:25 p.m. Pacific Standard Time in the Death Star versus the Giants. That was our opponent. We played them. We won by 22. Can't worry about whether they're good or not. They were trying to beat us, if you didn't notice. Alfred Ortiz, Jimmy deep ball, deep in that shit. You already know. Louis Huarte, Nesta said, why didn't they let him play until yesterday? Did his thing. 8 sacks by the D and 2 picks. Yeah, I saw that, man, when he said, man, he called him, man, why these fuck niggas there are barely letting me play and shit. Hey, man. I don't have a problem with what he said, dog, because he can say it. He couldn't say it before. Like I said, man, people think that you're supposed to be outspoken when it's not in your favor to be outspoken, bro. It's not in his favor to be outspoken back then. It's his favor to talk shit now. I could talk shit now, though. I'm going to talk shit now. I saw that clip. Okay. Jose Allen, did you know Jacoby played quarterback in college? I don't know a lot about Jacoby, bro. I'm glad you're telling me this. I need to do my homework on Jacoby, bro. I need to do my homework, but he doesn't talk a lot. He doesn't talk a lot. So We're going to find out more about Jacoby as the season progresses, but I like him. I like what he's doing. He's been playing well. Okay. 303 Raider said, I'm going to be at the Death Star, the last game of the Donkeys, and hopefully it's a playoff contention game. Yeah, that's around Christmas, man. I think, if I ain't mistaken, somewhere around Christmas time. I did the 49ers and Raiders last year on New Year's Day, and last year, well, this year, it was this year. It was January 1st. Going to Vegas during the holidays is a lot. It's a lot because it's the holidays, man, and the air, driving is just not happening. Driving back is murder. So I won't be going during the holidays this year. I already did that, but I'm going to go to at least one more game. Maybe the Vikings game seems more viable, but I really was supposed to go to the Jets game. So we'll see. El Brown Holio was going on. They showed Jimmy and Hoyer talking with AP. Like I said, man, we don't know the dynamic, but it looked like that he was getting the support. You got to understand, Hoyer's 38 years old. Hoyer knew he wasn't going to be the starter anyway. Jimmy is being supportive, but I know Jimmy's hurt by him being benched. I know he is. But Jimmy knows he's not playing well. He knows it. Grill T Daddy, my wife talked and saw AOC's first long pass. He said, what the fuck? Now y'all quarterback $6 million man, Steve Bionis. I said, nah, boo, that's the rookie. She said, Chris Rod. Damn. Yeah, dog, that's what it is, bro. Your girl saw it. Your girl saw it, man, and it blew her mind that we had somebody that's that talented just sitting on the bench holding the clipboard, bro. That's why I say we were sabotaged. Now, we got to be honest, bro. Just because we don't like Josh McDaniels doesn't mean that we don't give him credit for what he did do right. He did draft AOC. He drafted him. That's his draft pick. Let's understand that. Okay. Raider John, let his ass go as long as he stays gone. He's gonna be gone anyway. What's up, Los? I know Raider guy. I wish Max would have secretly recorded it from his cell phone. You got to understand, Mad Max is a lot of these guys are character guys, bro. These guys are character guys. Mad Max is a character guy. He is a guy that has morals. He's not gonna do that. He's not gonna do nothing like that. He's not Antonio Brown. Remember when Antonio Brown went live and on Instagram during Mike Tomlin and had everything out there and all of that. Some things are just a bad look. Even though he's been exposed enough. He lost his job. Emmanuel Gary, hey Shaq, you hear the high praise that Justin Tuck gave Antonio Pierce and the Raiders? No, but Justin Tuck is a guy who's a high character guy, and he has a lot of respect for AP. On the Raider guy, Josh McDaniels is one of those people who's terrible with a terrible ego. A lot of them out there. We call them narcissists. A lot of people like that. Bro. I deal with them all the time, bro. Worst people to deal with. No matter what, it's your fault. Like I said this like last week, man. Have you guys ever dated a narcissist? Men and women on here? You ever dated somebody that's like that? It's horrible to date somebody like that, bro. And the thing about the ones that I dated, they looked good. They smelled good. They felt good. Everything was great. But you can't be with them, dog, because they make everything about them, bro. Everything is about them, bro. Everything is about them. And unless you want to just become their slave, and I mean that, like your existence is them. You can never make them happy because there's something you didn't do. Something you didn't do, bro. Doesn't matter. Okay? And if you're smart, you got to let them go. I got one of my boys, bro. This cat's been with his girl over 30 years. She is a straight narcissist. They got kids and everything, but he won't marry her. He won't marry her, but she's there. And it just gets worse and worse and worse for him, dog. But he ain't going nowhere because he's been with her so long. Best bet for him is to leave and never come back, but He's stuck. I know, Raider guy. Josh McDaniels is someone who you can never do the job right, but think he's better than everyone. Yeah. He's still telling his wife right now, it's us. If they only would have listened to me, they would have a Super Bowl. Where? When? How? On what planet? Jared Risner, what do you think about the future of the quarterback situation? Should we draft a prospect in the draft or stick with AOC? Keep drafting quarterbacks. I keep telling you, the way the 49ers did it is the way you do it. Until you land a Patrick Mahomes. Everybody that has a good quarterback drafted a good quarterback. It's that simple. It's that simple. If AOC, okay, let me tell you guys something. If AOC becomes a top 5 quarterback in this league, do you guys know the amount of odds that were in our favor for that to happen? You look at the top quarterbacks in the league, they're all first rounders. They're all quarterbacks that were in the first round. Everybody who is a top-notch quarterback in the league, that when you say their name, you're not going to say they suck. Patrick Mahomes, even Aaron Rodgers was drafted late in the first round. Justin Herbert, any of these guys, they're all first-round picks. We don't draft Raiders are historically known to not draft a quarterback in the first round, bro. They're historically known to do that. Derek Carr was drafted in the second round. Okay, that's the best quarterback we've had up until this point. Okay, Raiders have to draft a quarterback in the first round. We haven't done it. The last time we did it, we drafted Jamarcus Russell. What happened? We drafted him at 1. 2 picks later, we had a whole Megatron we could have had on our team. So that's why we don't do it, because we're thinking, oh man, why waste a first round draft pick? But when you're drafting a Tyree Wilson, when you could have drafted a Jalen Carter, or you could have, drafted a Will Levis, it's our fault. We got to draft somebody, bro. Even if AOC is the guy, you don't camp out, bro. You don't camp out on a quarterback when we're us. When you have a quarterback and you look at him, you know that this guy's going to be the starter for the next 15 years, then you do that. Smoking Pots said, I really do want the Raiders on track. Let's make the AFC West once again most feared division in football. But we can't help what's going on in Denver. But Denver proved that any given Sunday, you can beat the world champions. That's a team that lost by 50. They gave up 70 points against the Miami Dolphins. Look at what the Chiefs did to the Dolphins, and look at what Denver did to them. We can beat them, though. Carla, if we get lucky in the draft, Caleb Williams' stock will slide in the draft, and we'll get him. Caleb Williams' slot in the draft has slipped, but let's not think that he's going to be there at 8, because he's not. Too many teams need a quarterback. And I, me being a USC fan, I think that Caleb should not come out. I think he's not ready. I think he needs to stay another year. But we'll see. The good thing about Caleb is that Caleb's already a multimillionaire. He's already rich. He's 21 years old. He has the second highest NIL deal in college. He's paid. He's a multimillionaire. But I think that he won't be there by the time the Raiders draft. And more games we win, the hardest it is going to be. D. Bernie, what's going on, D. Bernie? Stick of the day. I'm smoking that damn, what's this called? It's called a Sturgis. My boy Bill Holloway, childhood friend Bill Holloway, who's a member of the Unfiltered Nation over here, sent me a box of these things, and I'm just killing them. I haven't been to the cigar shop, bro. I'm just been lazy. I got to go to the Valley to go to my cigar shop, because that's the one I go to. They got everything in there. So I just been lazy, bro. I'm just been smoking what I got. I've just been killing these. I think I got like 2 of these left. But I do need to go over there. Maybe I'll go over there today. I need to go over there. Carl said, Meek Robinson, Mighty Mouse, here I come to save the day. I was singing the heck out of that, Carla. My throat is kind of messed up. I'm getting over a cold right now. Okay, it's not the best place for me to be outside right now. But, hey, it is what it is. DeBernie Meek Robinson coming out of college was called a poor man's version of Tyrann Mathieu. Hey, dude. The way Tyrann Mathieu's playing, I was watching that Saints game yesterday, and look at how DC's looking right now. Like I said, man, you guys you don't like somebody doesn't mean they don't play good. But Tyrann Matthews not looking good right now, though. But Meek Robinson's balling. D. Burns says, during his rookie year, we beat Kansas City Chiefs. Amigo Robertson ran up and served Travis Kelce. That Duke a hit. Smoking pots, man. I'm old. My first memory of Oakland, Kansas City was Daryl LaMonica and Dawson. Oh, wow, bro. My dad told me about that. My dad told me about the Mad Bomber. That was before my time, bro. My earliest quarterback is Stabler that I remember. But my dad used to tell me about Daryl LaMonica. When Daryl LaMonica died, my dad's 49 fan, my whole family's 49ers. But we grew up in the Bay Area. So my dad liked the Raiders. He was a 49er fan. 49ers were sorry as fuck when I was growing up. But he liked Daryl LaMonica. And my dad used to always tell me about the Mad Bomber. So that's before my time. But I am a historian to the game. Salute to the Mad Bomber. The original number 3, Daryl LaMonica, man. But that was definitely before my time. Before my time. But I do remember Lynn Dawson. Oscar Quezada, man, what's going on, man? Let's win this Super Bowl. Let's do it. Carl Sanchez said it's true. Raider John, Caleb Williams is too much of a diva to be a Raider. No, he's not. Don't fall into that diva shit, man. Don't fall into that. Because if Caleb Williams came to the Raiders and he plays the way he's playing right now, way he's been playing, you would love him. You guys are getting caught up in stuff. Talking about divas and this, that, and the other. Hey, dude, the dude is 21 years old. He's 21 years old. I know you guys think he's old. The dude is 21. He barely can get in the bar. Okay? You got a lot of you guys are real critical. This is a kid we're talking about. This dude's a kid, man. Won a Heisman Trophy at 20. Come on, man. This guy's a kid, man. Egletarian, what's going on, pimp? Henry Williams, what's up, big bro? You know what it is. You hit the like button. Yeah, hit the like button. I appreciate you, big dog. Appreciate it. Jared Risner, I like Penix. He's going to be a beast. Yeah, Penix is going to be a beast, man. Penix is going to win the Heisman this year. But we'll find out. We're going to find out. Penix is a good quarterback, man. Yeah, tip your bartender, man. Y'all doing a good job, man. Thank you. Henry Williams, you think he has a chance to be our future starter? Without question. It's on him, bro. But like I said before, it's a lot to put on a rookie, man. It's sad that we have to rely on him, but that's where we're at. Like I said, man, people forget. Patrick, I always say the same shit. Patrick, do you guys know Patrick Mahomes did not play his rookie year? People don't even remember that shit. Remember when they had Alex Smith? He didn't play. He was on the sidelines. He didn't play till he was his second year. Like, let these guys marinate, bro. We all know that marinated chicken tastes better than unseasoned chicken. We all know, man. You put it in the refrigerator, man. Come on, D Bernie. D Bernie gonna know this, man. You know, Grandma always marinated the chicken and before she made the fried chicken, she marinated the chicken in buttermilk overnight, bro. You know that. And put the seasoning in the buttermilk too, and let it just sit in there, man, all night. And she put the little plastic wrap didn't even have plastic wrap back then. Put the damn Reynolds wrap on top of that shit and tell you don't knock over her chicken in the refrigerator and shit. And then the next day, she took that shit out and seasoned it up again. And then some of our grandmothers even seasoned the grease. And then when that shit came out, that shit was crispy and flavorful all the way to the bone. But we don't want to do that, dog. We just want to get the chicken, cut it up, put it in there and cook it and think it tastes good. Hey, man, just so fortunately right now, AOC is tasting pretty good right now. Carl says, Carl says, don't curse him with too much praise. Possibly, yeah, healthy, man. Love to hate. Yes, they do. Smoking pots, Chiefs on a bye. Eagles next. Got another healthy respecter. You know what it is. Time for us to start rooting against our enemies, you guys. The enemy of your enemy is your friend, bro. We play the Jets next week, but they're my friend tonight. Oscar said I'll be at the Raiders versus Chargers. Smoking pots, I haven't heard of Josh Jacobs' number a lot this year. Maybe I missed it, though. Heard it yesterday. He had 98 yards rushing. So what happens when people hold you back, bro? Sometimes people hold you back. Most of the time it isn't, but a lot of times people do. Especially at work, bro. I got held back from so many promotions, bro. It was ridiculous. That's why I work for myself. But if somebody pays me enough money, I will go back into the corporate world. One thing about me, man, is I try to be transparent with you guys. Okay, try to tell you guys the truth, and you know, tell the truth, shame the devil. When I first moved out here to LA, man, 15 years ago, man, I was a single man by myself, no kids, no girl, no nothing, dog. I was just out here doing my thug thizzle, man. I had a job at a very, very big company, and there was a chance for me to get this marketing job, bro. And I did everything in my power to get this job, bro. Everything in my power. Told myself, man, I get this job, I'm gonna be able to get my own tight ass apartment, get me a brand new whip, have shooby doobies running in and out. You know what I'm saying? I'm still young. I don't got nothing holding me back. Man, I did everything in my power to get this job, dog. I was qualified for it. My resume was tight. I had the references. I went and I got references from the executive suite. People in executive seat was writing me letters of recommendation. I had people writing me all kinds of shit. When I walked in there, did the interview, I had a letter of recommendation from the secretary of the CEO talking about how helpful I was and how knowledgeable I was about this and that, this, that, and the third. I had some other shit. I had so much letters of recommendation I gave the lady. And the lady was like, wow, this is very impressive, Mr. Shack. Damn, you've only been here like 6 months and you have all these people. I'm thinking, man, I got this job in the bag, bro. I mean, I'm about to ball. I'm about to be making 6 figures. I ain't got no bills. I ain't got no student loans. Man, I'm about to act a fool here in LA. I'm about to be everybody's worst enemy. You better handcuff your bitch. It's gonna be that bad. Man, I got called into the office. I got called in to the lady's office. Everybody's like, hey, Shaq, you got it, bro. You got it. I'm like, yeah, I got this shit. It's over. I went in that lady's office, sat down. She's like, close the door. She's like, Matthew, you know, you're a very impressive candidate, this, that, and the other. And we analyzed it, and I was just like, man, just tell me how much I'm going to get. I'm rubbing my hands like Birdman, D. Bernie. I'm rubbing my hands like Birdman. She says, but we decided to go with this other candidate. And I was like, okay. And she said, the candidate was her assistant. Who she goes, she does not have all the stuff you got, but I feel inclined to give her an opportunity because she's really been here 5 years, and I think I need to give her a shot. That was it. She says, you will land on your feet. You will find what you're looking for. You will get the job you're looking for. It's just that I feel that this person deserves a shot. I walked out of that place, man. I walked out of that lady's office. I felt like, man, you done fucked up my entire life. Not because I wasn't good enough, but she says because she felt obligated to give it to this girl. There you go, bro. Didn't matter. When everybody heard I didn't get the job, everybody was like, what in the hell is going on? Why didn't you not get the job? I talked to her myself. I talked to her. This, that, and the other. She just didn't want me to get the job, bro. This is what it is. She didn't want me to have the job. That's what happened, bro. I wound up leaving. Okay. 6 months later, I was at the mall. I ran into one of my former coworkers. I said, what's going on? She said, the entire division is gone. They turned over everything because that new girl came in and didn't know what the fuck she was doing, and everybody lost their job. They should have hired you, Shaq. They should have hired you. Too late. Okay. Z True, I was there. Rick Ross was in the house. Oh, nice. Mortal 16, what's going on? Darren said, everything you've been saying for 2 years, I have been in agreement. I've been saying the same thing for 2 years, bro. But it's like anything else, bro. Sometimes you got to hear from somebody else. And the funny part about it is when you hear it from somebody else, you're still not going to acknowledge. You're still not going to acknowledge that I said it before. You're still not going to acknowledge it. Doesn't matter, I said it. All that matters is that someone else did. Derek, what's going on, big dog? O'Connell's going to be great. Oscar Cosada says we were sabotaged. Yeah, and it worked. And it worked. We got sabotaged and it worked. They are pros. Ziegler drafted them. Who does Ziegler work for? Ziegler works for Josh. Josh is the head of personnel. Nothing happens without Josh. It's like people think GM in regular businesses, the GM is over the manager. But not when you in the NFL. When you're in charge of personnel, D. Burney, you're in charge of personnel. And Josh McDaniels was in charge of personnel. He decided who was on his team. Ziegler was just there to make sure the numbers were right. That was his pick. He picked them. He picked them. He did pick them. It's working out for us that he did, but he picked them, dog. Ziegler just drafted him. Ziegler just did his job. Okay. D. Burney, Justin Tuck was his teammate on the New York Giants. Yeah, Justin Tuck was a monster. If I ain't mistaken, Justin Tuck's in the Hall of Fame. If I ain't mistaken. Body Snatcher Raider, Dak and AC was drafted in the same spot. Facts. Body Snatcher Raider. If AOC was him, I'm good with the first round pick. We'd have to get Max, a guy that has to. Yeah. Cookie says, I'm allergic to football, also known as soccer. That's funny. Body Snatcher Raider. AOC is very smart. Hey, man. Antonio Pierce said that AOC was the guy who was eating by himself. He had 2 books with him. This is Antonio Pierce saying this. He had 2 books with him. Playbook, Bible. That's it. Sitting by himself. Playbook, Bible. How can you not root for that kid? Okay. All right. But it's very easy. Raider fans, if he starts turning up and stop doing what we want him to do, it won't be long before you guys will be talking about him like another guy that had his playbook and his Bible. You know who that is. Okay. Smoking pots. So glad Casey took checks on Mahomes, man. Todd Blackledge was the last time we drafted a number 1. Usually we take 49ers leftovers, Montana, Bono, DeBerg, Gerback, and Alex Smith. Smoking pots, man. I need you over here. I didn't know you were a Chiefs fan, man. I need you over here. We need Chiefs fans. I want everybody. I like to talk to everybody. You guys did do that. But Mahomes was a guy who was viewed as what they would call, what they call those guys, they call them, they viewed his game as sandlot. The sidearms, all this kind of stuff that he would do when he was with, I think he went to Texas Tech, if I ain't mistaken. And look at how crazy everybody's looking now. Okay? So, yeah, it's good that you guys did that, man. Henry Williams, what if Sanders decides to come out? Nah. He's not going to come out. Deion Sanders is going to make sure his boys are straight. And as you can see, Shedeur nor Shiloh are ready. He's not going to leave his boys at Colorado. It's not going to happen. He's not going to do it. You have to wait for Deion. Once his boys get drafted in the league, then we can talk. But then other schools are going to be talking about him. I wouldn't be surprised. You see all these Aflac commercials he's doing with Nick Saban? I would not be surprised if he goes to Alabama or something. Prime is going to have opportunities, but Prime is a family man. He's going to look at how much his kids love him, dog. Deion Sanders is the dad of the damn year, bro. The dad of the damn decade. He has, how many wives he had? Deion had 2 wives. He has, let me see, he has 4 kids, 2 daughters, 2 sons, no, 3 sons. He has 5 kids. He has 3 sons, two daughters, and they want to be around him all the time. They just want to be with their dad, bro. They just want to be with their father. Wherever their father go, they go. And Deion's not gonna. He's too good of a dad to leave his 2 sons to just be at Colorado. That's not gonna happen. Okay. Because what do you think about our linebacker Carter? Dude just picked up. I think he's cool. I think he'll be okay. I think that like Jalen Smith had some good snaps yesterday. I think these guys are going to come in and they're going to do well. But let's understand, we're still the same team, man. We need talent. We've squandered a lot of talent. If you think about it, if we would have hit, if the Raiders would have hit on all the draft picks that we got for Khalil Mack, all the draft picks that we got for Amari Cooper, and all the draft picks that we squandered in the last 2 drafts, we'd probably be the best team in the league. But those draft picks, man, we just squandered all those picks, bro. We shitted on all that. Smoking Pot said marinated chicken always tastes better. Henry Williams got to roll with the marinade chicken. Facts. Santiago in the house with the 3 rings. You already know. Smoking pot. Speaking of the 49ers, glad we didn't go after Jimmy G. Hey, man, like I said, dog, I come from a family of 49er fans. I'm the only member of my family. I am the black sheep of the family. I am the family member that decided to go left when everybody was going right. And I'm going to tell you this shit right now, bro. All my homies and people back home that are 49er fans were so happy that we got rid of Jimmy Garoppolo. And now I got to hear, I told you so from everybody. But I already knew. I said, they told you Jimmy G wasn't it. Told you guys. You guys thought the job was going to fix Jimmy Garoppolo. I got to hear all that. I got to hear all that shit, bro. Okay? So, you dodged the bullet. Oscar said Jason Tuck was in the silver and black. Don't forget, that's true. He did play for us. Is that it? All right, you guys, man. It's lunchtime, bro. It's past lunchtime. What time is it now? 2:30. All right, gave you guys some time, man. We'll come on after the Monday Night Football. We'll see what happens. And we'll be on after that. And we'll chop it up. Make sure you liking the videos. Video I did earlier today. Raiders Return to Excellence. Go ahead and watch that. And I'll holler at y'all in a few hours. Might check and filter.